Hi everyone, Barbara here. Today we are talking about the best SOP software tools that are out there. So when I started making standard operating procedures a long time ago, it was quite painful. We would take forever just to create a few of them, and editing would take a long time because you had to sit down with each of your team members and pick apart workflows and get the details down and go through what felt like endless revisions and editing. And so nobody really wanted to be in charge of creating new SOPs, let alone at the end of every year where you had to go through and edit them all and do revisions. Nowadays, we have these wonderful tools that are out there called SOP software solutions. So essentially, software solutions that help you create standard operating procedures. And we're going to go over a couple of those today. We're going to talk about one called Guidde. We're going to talk about one called Scribe, another one called Tango, and Loom. So let's start with Guidde. Guidde is one of my favorites because I find that it does a really good job, not only with creating your video documentation, but streamlining it. And it helps you very easily create step-by-step SOPs as both videos and documents, which some of the other tools don't excel at both, and this tool does. It doesn't take long to do it. They simply have a browser extension that you have, and it easily helps you capture your workflows as you go with just a few clicks. You record what you want to document, and Guidde turns them into detailed step-by-step directions. And it also has something called AI, or it has something that they call pinch of personalization or AI generated voiceover, which can choose from 200 different languages and voices to be able to add to it. So that's really nice. Their visuals are also very good too. They make it very simple to be able to add your visuals, and you don't need a graphic designer to be able to help you with them. And then of course, sharing your documentation is very, very easy. That's all the good about Guidde, but there's a lot in this tool. So with that steep, the amount of features that are in there comes a steep learning curve, and the initial setup could take a little bit more time. So oh, and then one more thing about Guidde. They also don't right now that could change in time. They don't have a big library of built-in templates, unlike some of the other tools that we're going to be talking about today. So that's Guidde, great tool, and my favorite. But next we're going to talk about Scribe. Scribe is also an excellent tool. Once again, instantly generating your statement, your standard operating procedures quickly with your screenshots and your written text. And what I really like about Scribe is there's very little editing that you need to do afterwards. It does a lot for you. Unlike Guidde, they also have quite a wide variety of templates for the most common formats, which are step-by-step guides, checklists, flow lists, or maybe a hierarchical process that you want to go through. And they also have a browser extension that you can do this through. And it's a really good tool. It makes your SOPs very, very clear with clear, detailed steps, and your screenshots are annotated. The one thing about Scribe that isn't as good is if you have workflows that you need to document as part of a standard operating procedure. Let's say you have creative teams that you need to be able to document those processes, and they're very visual, workflows that are very visual. The tool does have limitations on handling the more complex workflows the more complex processes for standard operating procedures that don't rely on visual workflows. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at Scribe. And Scribe does sometimes have some more editing, although it is very quick and easy, but sometimes with these workflows that maybe are visual, you may have to do some more editing and fine tune your documentation. Next is Tango. Tango is great screen capturing software, helps you make step-by-step procedures. The good thing about Tango, or what it's actually known for, is how easy it is to be able to use. And it quickly turns your tasks into some visual instructions. And the reason why it's easy is they have pop-up windows that come up that they guide you through the creation, which some people may not like. They might find it too busy, and they may feel that they just want to go through their workflow and not have anything pop up at them. So it could be good, it could be bad. But for some people, they really find having that visual guide to help you as you're moving along, and maybe some gentle reminders to follow along with what you've done so far. That's a really good thing that people like. It also, as you're working, it highlights different items on your screen when you hover over them, so you know exactly where to click next. So that's a really nice thing that Tango has. Tango also has pretty helpful analytics, so that you're able to see where people are getting stuck in your documentation, so you could see where your guides could use some detail or clarification. So let's say you create something and you're finding that people are getting stuck on step 8, that might be something that you need to go back and clear later on. Tango doesn't automatically highlight keystrokes or clicks, nor does it add text to you. So this is something you have to add in manually. So if that's something that's important to you, this may not be the perfect tool for you. But that's Tango. It's a great tool. Loom. Many of you may be familiar with Loom. It's been around for working with async for teams that are maybe co-located or located across various different locations. Loom is a great tool for async team collaboration, and now they have Loom AI, which is designed to help you specifically with writing standard operating procedures. Loom is a great tool. Their editing is top notch. They make it easy to trim clips, which is always such a pain, creating clips and editing videos, at least that's a pain for me. Putting together different segments, adding backgrounds, adding text, boxes, it's super, super easy. So this makes it nice and easy to be able to create polished and nice looking videos that you're ready to share for your standard operating procedures. And Loom AI automatically transcribes your recording, and you also get a written video. So that's nice if you want to be able to create it both in video form and you want a written form. So that's really nice. The downside, though, is Loom was originally designed for simply a screen recorder. Even though they're saying so much more than a screen recorder, it was designed specifically for that. So they don't have the more advanced tools that some of the other software platforms that we talked about that you may find in some of these other tools, such as a wide variety of templates or maybe structured workflows. All of those, I'm sure Loom will come up with eventually, but they just don't have them quite yet. So that's something to look at when you're looking at Loom to be able to specifically create your SOPs. So each of these are great tools. Loom is a great screen capturing tool that can now also do your SOP. Tango is a great tool to be able to help you with pulling things together in a way that is very organized. Tango has a very organized because it guides you through the process and gives you pop-ups to remind you what to do next. So that's the benefit of Tango. Back to Scribe. Scribe does have lots of templates that are available and different ways to be able to create your SOP documentation. And Guidde, which is my favorite, which is a lot of features that are packed in there, and their ability to be able to quickly get the capturing of your information and using their magic capture, and also their AI generated voiceover. So those are all the pluses. So those are our tools that we went through. Just as one more quick summary, Guidde is my choice for the best use of available visuals as well as that voiceover capability. Scribe has, to me, the widest variety of procedure templates. Tango is very good also because they have lots of live analytics, and they also do those step-by-step instructions for you. And then Loom has the best editing tools that are out there. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you again.